It's Lottie with Gron. We're going to go over some of our products today. Everything that is not in the online trainings for you guys, you're going to get all the good stuff. So super important to know is that our products are going to be soy free as well as gluten free when it comes to our gummies and our chocolates. We are going to go right on into the daytime sativa pearls. Best thing to know about this product is it's good for people that are going from a gym to a hike to being physically active. Muscle recovery, super important when it comes to CBG. CBG is the get up and go cannabinoid. We think of wanting to be active. It's going to also help with your ocular health as well as your gut health. Always when giving pearls to customers, we want to make sure that they are not allergic to coconut or allergic to any of the fruit juices that are in the gummy. It is all natural real fruit juice, so we want to make sure that that's okay. And also our gummies are not vegan friendly, so we do want to make sure that we are getting our customers the proper edible for their diet preferences. Next, we have our Tangelo. I call this my disco gummy. Reason being is that on Sundays, I get up, I throw disco music on, and I'm taking these gummies and I'm dancing and I'm cleaning dishes and singing along. It is an incredible combination of THC, CBC, and CBG. It is going to give you focus, task orientation, as well as that get up and go from the CBG. This is ideal for moms coming in, college students, anyone that is trying to use cannabis to have an uplifting experience. This is task orientation as well as good for going out and being productive or being out in the nightlife as well. We're gonna hop on over. We do have a few we have a couple pearls that are just plain THC. These are no minor cannabinoids added. This flavor is raspberry lemonade. This is going to be just for someone who comes in wanting a traditional sativa body experience from an edible. Our Peach Prosecco gummies are going to be ideal for people new into cannabis, people that are coming back from a bad edible experience, anyone that is, typically moms are a really good customer for this as well. This Peach Prosecco is true to flavor. It almost feels like sparkling on your tongue. It is very, very delicious. Best kind of customer for this is going to be mothers, college students, again, people that are newly into cannabis or coming back from a bad edible experience. We're going to shift that one step further. Someone that is very, very apprehensive, we're going to go ahead and recommend our pomegranates. Reason being, CBD is 40 milligrams and 10 milligrams of THC. This is going to be a very mild experience. When you have CBD and THC together in a ratio such as 4-to-1, you are going to have that CBD almost acting as a safety net for that THC molecule and your cannabinoid receptor to make sure that it's not overwhelming and overtaken. CBD is the only thing that is going to bring down a psychoactive high from THC. It's very important. Something that is a good addition on a ticket is going to be any type of high CBD product for when someone is getting new into edibles or into cannabis, because that is their safety net. Again, always wanting to make sure that we are okay and within dietary restrictions when we're recommending these products. And the next is going to be our watermelon, which is just the indica variation of our raspberry lemonade sativa. This is going to be just a traditional THC 10 milligram gummy that is going to be a more body experience rather than a heady experience. The next product is our Sleepy Indica. This is my favorite product in the entire Pearl line. This is going to be one to one. This is going to be 1 part CBD, 1 part THC, 1 part CBN. CBN is considered the sleepy cannabinoid. This cannabinoid also helps working on the nervous system, helps with nerve damage, neuropathy, and nerve recovery as well, and nerve repair. This is going to be what I would consider a maintenance gummy. This is for someone who wants to take a cannabis supplement on a daily consistent regimen to receive the medicinal benefits. The CBD over time, consistency is key with CBD. That consistency over time, people are going to feel waking up early in the morning, not feeling so creaky, not feeling so lethargic from the night before. The CBN is going to also offer a more restful sleep, aiding in a more restful waking up. And then that THC is going to open up that cannabinoid receptor in your brain to better receive the medication across the whole way. Now, for someone that is more of a seasoned user, this gummy could definitely provide more of a relaxing effect rather than a complete and total knockout. If we are servicing a customer that does want a complete and total knockout, we're going to recommend our tart cherry product. This is going to be 10 part CBN to 1 part THC. So 2.5 milligrams of THC to 25 milligrams of CBN. CBN is going to just put that person into REM sleep quicker, keep them in REM sleep longer, and it is going to relieve any night terrors or any morning fatigue. This product is what I would recommend to anyone coming in with any type of nerve complaints, any neuropathy complaints, as a maintenance product. This is also what I would recommend first for anyone who's just coming in to get a restful night's sleep. They don't really care about catching a buzz. This is just really genuinely used for someone that needs to get a restful night's sleep, or they are trying to repair any type of nerve damage or neuropathy symptoms. That covers our traditional pearl line. We do have a wild berry pearl out right now. All of the in-depth training is in the online Seed Talent cards for the bartenders. Next, we're going to go into our megas. Our megas are our macro dosing variation of our pearls. We have our pearls around 10 milligrams of THC per gummy. Our megas are 100 milligrams in that big fat gummy. By New York state law, it can be cut into 10 pieces. However, it is more realistic for customers that are trying to cut it into 4s. I don't recommend megas unless the customer is looking for a milligram of 20 or higher, and that is what their usual dosage is. The blueberry or the blue raspberry mega is going to be the blueberry lemonade version of the macro dosing. This is going to be equal parts of THC to CBG. This is going to offer a much higher dose of CBG depending on what amount you're taking at that time. This is going to offer a lot of muscle recovery. It is going to offer a lot of fatigue relief, and it's going to keep you get up and going and moving. This is going to be best for high dose users. All of the mega products in the product line are recommended for people that are 20 milligrams or higher in their dosaging. The next is the strawberry lemonade. This is going to be ideal for someone who is really trying to get that high CBC content for focus. High CBC is going to offer almost a Ritalin-like effect in high dosages. With that THC, additionally, it's going to tailor in and add in that additional focus, which is really great. We always, again, want to just be careful and make sure that we know the customer is understanding of how the dosaging is for the megas, that they are not overdosing themselves when they are just, in fact, looking for a microdose. Our lemonade sativa is going to be exactly like the raspberry lemonade, and this is the macro version. It's going to be 100 milligrams sativa, traditional edible, very cerebral high in experience. The flavor is going to be very true to the lemonade flavor, not too sour and not too sweet. And then we have our Big Apple. This is going to be our hybrid gummy. This hybrid gummy is going to be, again, 100 milligrams. This is going to be a very true hybrid experience, cerebral as well as body. When it comes to the megas, a lot of your choices come down to flavor depending on what you're looking to do with it. The next, we also do have a hybrid, which is the Passion Orange Guava. This is going to just be same experience of a hybrid. We're just going to want to make sure that we are good with our customers and their food allergies, making sure that they are aware of all of the flavors that are in that gummy. That brings me to the Tropical Twist Indica. This is going to be pineapple, cherry, and orange. So that's going to be 3 flavors that you want to make sure that the customer is aware the juices that the customer is aware are in that gummy. This is going to be, again, just a very relaxing, full body indica experience. The indica experience is going to be the exact same across the board when it comes to the megas. The variations are just in flavor. Our cherry limeade indica gummy is actually the same recipe that is at the Sonic restaurant. We did rent the recipe, so that is something that you can note your customers as well. Then we have the sour grape. Sour grape is going to be indica as well, just going to be that same all body experience with not too much of a cerebral, just the flavor and grape. And then next we have our Blackberry Sleepy Indica. This is going to be similar to the Sleepy Indica Blackberry Lemonade. However, this is not going to have any CBD in it. This is equal 1 part to 1 part THC to CBN. So this is going to be for someone that is looking for a high amount of THC as well as a high amount of CBN, looking to really be that high dose user, looking to get a good night's sleep without having to eat too many pearls. You always want to check in what the person's dosages is, and always remember too that CBN is a mild psychoactive, so we do want to make sure that that person is aware of that as well when they are taking any CBN product. We then begin to melt with us with our chocolate. This is actually what started the company. Gron began because of its chocolates. So we're gonna start with our Daytime Sativa. This is our large milk chocolate bar. This is 300 milligrams of CBG to 100 milligrams of THC. These break off into 30 milligrams to 10 milligrams in each piece of chocolate. This is going to have some Jacobsen sea salt along the back side of it to add into the flavor. This is also going to be offered in a small mini bar. This is microdosing and macrodosing. This large bar is our microdosing variation for customers. Our mini bar is our macrodosing for customers. So like the Mega, this is a lot simpler to cut into 4s rather than to actually cut down into 10s. We are going to want to recommend this for customers that are going to be in that 20 milligram range. Something about the chocolate to note is we do not want to freeze any of the chocolate. The refrigerator is fine, but due to the tempering process, this is going to bloom the chocolate if it is frozen, so we do like to keep best in the refrigerator for our customers. This is the mini bar is equal parts, 1 part to 1 part THC to CBG in the mini bar. So we always want to just make sure our guests know that there's going to be equal parts, not the same variation as the large bar. We then have in the pearls and like in the megas, a traditional sativa chocolate bar. This is going to be milk chocolate. It breaks down to 10 milligrams per piece. And this is going to be just a traditional sativa experience. Typically what I've done with the large sativa chocolate bars, I've melted them down and done chocolate dipped fruit with them. You can get very creative when it comes to the large chocolate bars. We then take the mini chocolate bar and we have it in a complete hybrid. This is going to be 100 milligrams of THC, hybrid experience, a bit cerebral, a bit body as well. Nothing too overwhelming. Again, just for our customers that are in that 20 milligram to 25 range. We do have dark chocolate as well. We wanted to make sure we had milk and dark for our customers. The dark chocolate indica is going to be that large bar, that microdosing variation. This is going to be for our vegan customers specifically. This has absolutely no animal byproducts in it and is going to be 100% fair trade certified for the cacao that is inside of the candy bar. So you can also assure your customers that they're where they are sourcing their candy is ethically sourced as well. Now, what I also recommend to customers is to melt down the large dark chocolate bar and the large sativa milk chocolate bar, blend them together and do some type of food dish with them. They are very good and they're very good to be used for s'mores. One hack about the large chocolate bars is getting them out the door with experience-based selling in a sense of, hey, these chocolate bars go great on a s'mores in fall time. Or have you ever tried melting these down and using them for chocolate dip fruit? It is very easy to sell based on an experience for people when it comes to those large chocolate bars because it can be a bit difficult getting them out with the variance in price point. We do have then the hybrid chocolate bar in a mini as well. We wanted to give the same hybrid experience in the milk chocolate for our dark chocolate users as well. That's going to be, again, true to that hybrid experience, cerebral and body too. Now next we have our Sleepy Indica dark chocolate bar. This is going to be the same variations that are in that blackberry lemonade maintenance gummy that I referenced at the beginning of this. This is going to be 1 to 1 to 1. So microdosing 10 milligrams per piece of chocolate. We're going to have Our vanilla bean Jacobson sea salt along the back of this is going to add a little bit of an extra vanilla flavor to the dark chocolate, and the salt adds a little bit more of the luxuriousness to the flavor. This is going to be, again, for our vegan customers that don't necessarily want chocolate or don't necessarily want gummies, for our customers that do want more chocolate. We are coming into hot cocoa season, so this is going to be a good time to recommend these chocolate bars. We then went and put that same variation into a mini bar. This is going to be 1-to-1, however, 1 part THC to 1 part CBN, just like that Blackberry Mega. We do have that Jacobson sea salt along the back side, which is going to add again to that taste and experience. And then that is going to cover our chocolate for Gron. Some other important points that you will not see in your trainings. When it comes to the milk chocolate bars, this is going to be a very important piece of information. When you have the milk chocolate bar specifically, it is a very special product, and the reason being is our milk chocolate goes through a double boiling process, a double emulsification process, where we take our rosin distillate blend and we emulsify that into the milk, and it takes an infusion. It spends about a 4-hour infusion process. After that, we then take that blend and we infuse it into our chocolate base. That from there we do another 4 to 6 hour infusion process. What this does is it creates almost like bubble wrap fat barriers around the THC molecule to protect it while it digests through the body. Now this is for customers that come in and say, edibles don't work for me. They've never worked for me. I take too high of a dose. My verbiage is typically, I challenge you to a hybrid milk chocolate bar. The reason why 100 milligrams, the milk chocolate, I have had a significant amount of response of people coming back and telling me that they finally were able to have an edible experience through that hybrid milk chocolate bar. So that is one piece of information that is super important when it comes to selling that product, something that you won't find in the trainings that is very important in allowing to educate our guests on how that would work. So thank you so much for being a part of the Gron team, and I'll see you guys soon.